Hello everyone. Welcome to the Old Man and the Reed. My name is Jerry. I'm going to try to continue talking about some of the nonfiction books I've read. A couple of weeks ago I did a video on early hominids, and I thought I would try to do one on the next stage of humans, which would basically be the start of culture and societies. But to tell you the truth, it's a bit harder than I expected. Trying to categorize some of these books into one classification is really tough. But anyway, I came up with a few books that kind of fit in that category. I have a whole stack of other books that could have fit, but they seem a little more specific on different areas, so I thought I'll probably try doing a video with those later on, title it something else. But anyway, I'll show you the books I've read. So these are just books about early humans, the development of culture and society, and generally, I don't know how well that describes them. The first book I have is A Short History of Humanity, and this is a fairly wide-ranging discussion of European populations, beginning with Neanderthals and going on into the present. But this combines archaeogenetics, the study of genetic history, with traditional archaeology, and from this scientists have been able to piece together a trail of migration of the various groups that have led to today's Europeans. It begins basically with the first hunter-gatherers, and these were then replaced by the first farmers, and then eventually that led to more advanced societies. And he also includes a discussion of plagues that affected this whole process. The next book I have, titled In Search of the Indo-Europeans by J.P. Mallory. This was published in 1989, so it's a fairly older, or a little bit older book. This traces the spread of Indo-European, the Indo-European language, and that's the language that's found in Europe, Iran, and India, and they've been able to trace it back to what they think is the mother language. But he examines various branches of the Indo-European language in both Asia and Europe, and he talks about how it spread and the importance that horses had in that spread. And he gives just an overview of the Indo-European culture, and then talks about the religion. The next book I have is titled First Farmers. This is by Peter Bellwood, written in 2004, and this is really a very comprehensive and rather academic discussion of the development of agriculture, and he talks about the worldwide development, not just the Fertile Crescent, like a lot of the discussions are. Very academic and comprehensive, though. The next book is First Migrations, or First Migrants, by Peter Bellwood, the same author as the one I just talked about. This was published in 2013, and Bellwood uses classic archaeology, linguistic studies, and genetic research and to gain insight into migratory movements in human history. And like his other book, it's quite academic. The next book is Mapping Human History by Stephen Olson, published in 2002. And this traces human evolution back to a small group of anatomically modern humans that were in Eastern Africa, and it dates back to about 100,000 years. He also traces humans back to about 6 million years ago, when a population of apes split into what became chimpanzees and humans, and that dated back 6 million years. Anyway, a very widespreading history of humans. The next book I have is Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond in 1997, and this one is this talks about human civilization beginning about 11,000 years ago. So doesn't go back nearly as far as some of the other books, but he starts with hunter-gatherers and then explains how they the human progress in the innovation for agriculture, and he goes into domestication of cattle, or livestock I should say, and on into things like the invention of writing and all the way up to industry. So it's a really broad discussion, and he also includes a little bit about how the rise and fall of pathogens and plagues affected that. The next book is The Horse, the Wheel, and Language. This is by David W. Anthony, published in 2007. And this explains sound phonology, and that's the study of how one sound changes to another over time. And using this, it's possible to trace backwards to what the sounds may have been like when the original Proto-Indo-European language was spoken, and it just basically what it may have sounded like. They also discuss how these spread, and again the importance of the horse in that spread. The next book is After the Ice by Stephen Mithin, published in 2003, and this talks about climatic changes that took place about 15,000 years ago, and how the climate began warming after the Ice Age. And the discussion includes all of the continents, and one of the things he does in this is he uses a fictional character in the narrative. He calls him John Lubbock, and he's basically a time-traveling archaeologist that I didn't really think was necessary for this book, but that's what he did. But anyway, the book talks about human cultural evolution and the archaeological evidence that they use to talk about it. And the last book I have for this video is The Seven Daughters of Eve by Brian Sykes, published in 2001. And this is a discussion about tracing through mitochondrial genetics, tracing back the human lineage to what appears to be 7 women in prehistory who every human living today is descended from. Fascinating read, but then he gets into a bit of a strange discussion. He gives each of the women a name and imagines their lives and attributes some of the innovations in early society to them. But that again I wasn't real thrilled with. But those are the books that I selected for this discussion of the early development of human society and culture. But I want to thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on another video. Thanks.